What's up, guys? Tragic Reptiles here, bringing you another talking shit show. So a couple big announcements here, kind of starting off. We have got an awesome individual coming on tomorrow. I want to just verify that is going to be at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Carlos Michelson, he is going to be coming on, and it's all going to be fucking tegus. How kick-ass is going to be that? I'm really excited for it. We're going to talk laws. We're going to talk breeding projects. We're going to talk, fuck, you name it. It's going to get said. I've got a ton of questions. Joe has got a couple questions. Fuck, he's got a lot of questions. Who am I kidding? Overall, it's just going to be a really good turnout for a lot of Q&A for this guy. So other than that, before we get started, I do want to bring up a special giveaway that I'm going to be offering. So if you guys seen on the online, the merch store just got added up there. We have t-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts, hats, beanies, anything you may want or need. We're going to have that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to every 100th follower. Okay. So I think we're at like 175 followers right now. Every 100th follower. So coming up, the 200th follower on Instagram, we are going to every 100th, you are going to get a free item of your choice off the store, as well as 2 badass stickers. Okay. So all you have to do is go follow, like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Screenshot it, send it to me, and let's see it happen. I'm trying to give away some Tragic Reptiles merch here. Also, I just have to thank you. I'm waiting for an intro video, but it has not happened yet. So it's a slow delay process. But PNK, thank you very much. This show is brought to you by PNK. These guys are absolutely incredible. They are out of Minnesota. If you need any type of graphic work done, banners, anything you guys may need, he has got some kick-ass design work, and he is awesomely talented. So other than that, let's get into it. I've got the awesome Argusman, Joe Caston.
What's happening?
Not much, man. We're chilling here, hanging out.
I hear that.
Just picked up a snake rack today. For those of you who don't know, I haven't really posted anything on it yet, but we are getting into ball pythons here, Tragic Reptiles. I don't know if I want to smile. I don't know if I want to cry. It's a big market. So, by all means, this is something that is just going to be for fun, for what we're doing. We just want to see what's going to happen with it. Nothing too crazy. So, yo, what's going on with you, man? What's new?
Just another day in the life, man. There's not a whole lot new right now.
How are
Waiting on babies to hatch.
What's that?
Waiting on babies to hatch.
Hell yeah. When are we expecting these guys?
Any week now.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's getting close now.
Christmas might be coming early.
Yeah, it might be. So.
Man. Yeah, well, you can't beat that.
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of excited for, with these snakes, is to kind of see, just like the hatching process and, everything that goes with it. Because having so many, you can obviously have more pairs. So having those guys ready and, multiple
timing
at one time, it's like, opening eggs, I mean, it's going to be fun. So.
Yep, absolutely.
So... What were you going to say?
I was just saying, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Hell yeah. It's Christmas, man.
Yep, absolutely. Every time.
So we are waiting for Dakota, of course, late as always. Not quite sure what the hell is going on. So let's go with Max. I'm going to hold off on this question just for a second until Dakota gets in. So hang tight real quick. I'm not thinking this should be too much longer. But I do also want to bring some attention to Carlos. If you guys are not following him, I think it's
Tropical Reptiles, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you guys go on there, give his page a like, and the tags on there are just absolutely stunning. He has he's mastered it. He's got it figured out.
Yep.
And they're so quick. They're amazing. Joe, what would you say your favorite morph is? Well, not morph, but I guess this kind of be a morph.
Yeah.
Type of tegu.
I've always been in love with the Super Blues. You know,
they are.
They're something. And then when he came out with his albino Super Blues, it was like holy hell. It was crazy. You know, I mean, he really did it.
They are something else, man. Let me tell you. But for fucking Dakota, man, I don't. he just does not understand. Anyway, so Joe, I want to ask you. Let's say going to a reptile show for like first timers, okay? Let's say they run into a Argusman, and it's either captive bred, it's an option. Captive bred, $500. Farm bred, $200. For the first time owner wants to have a monitor, what's your recommendation on that situation?
Captive born's always better. I mean, there's tons of reasons, for it. With what you're getting and everything. There's just a huge difference between the both. You're getting wild caught farmer. You don't know where it came from, the whole 9 yards, and now there's a lot of people that are doing it. So there's not really any reason not to get captive born, and you don't have the parasite issue, the demeanor, the whole 9 yards. So I mean, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons for it.
Okay. So hold on. We're having your audio is doing something to my audio.
Of course.
Do you have a set of headphones?
No, I don't.
Okay. Just echoes when you talk. I know. Well, how about now, guys? Is it a little better?
I'm not getting any echoing.
No, you're not. I can hear it after I'm talking. So, I don't know. Tragic has a little echo. Let me see. How about now? No, I'm hearing it come through Joe's speaker. Yeah, just Joe, if you've got a set of headphones, plug those bad boys up.
Let me see what I got. I don't know.
Yeah, because I can hear I'm coming out of the speakers there. So let's wait and hold off until he gets those headphones going here. So let's go back to Max. Max, I hope all is well. It's good to see you here, man. So I had to move some of my leopard geckos onto tile because the food was getting out of the cages. I put the fat one on crickets, like you said, and he is getting better. Thanks. Well, hey, man, I was absolutely happy to be able to kind of help you out with that. It's very crucial to, pay attention to how fast they gain weight, and if they're potentially losing weight. Keeping track of their size is going to be just as important as temperature and everything else that comes with the proper form of husbandry. So awesome, Max. I'm so happy to hear that. See if Joe got it.
That better?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah, guys, we did it. All right, so let's go back here. Reptile Verse. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm going to be just listening, but not incredibly active. Currently treating the entire reptile collection for mites. Ouch. That is not good shit. That can be one, terrifying, two, a pain in the ass. Joe, what do you think?
I have not experienced much in mites, but yeah, I hear it's bad. You got to hear it. You got to treat it twice as from what I've heard.
Oh shit! Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. We hope that Reptiverse, that we have you come in sometime soon. So this this one's for you, Joe. Oh wait, hold on, wait. No. Echo on the Argusman.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
But it's all good now. So we're all completely good here. It's echo free. Thank you, Jersey Herper. So let's get into it here. So back to the captive bred and farm bred thing. Let's say $500, $200. What's the way you're going to take that? If
you want something more guaranteed, then you spend the extra money. It's that's like the amount of problems you're going to get compared to the amount of problems that you most likely won't get is just that's with anything really. It's that's there's a whole lot of wild caught stuff and farm bred, I guess, too, and everything, but yeah, it's cheaper, but what you end up going through in the long run at some point, whether you want long term or whether you want, rolling the dice is basically what you're doing.
Right. Well, and then like with the, for people that don't know, what are the risks of, they're going to be saving some money. What are the risks of going with a farm bred or wild caught over a captive bred?
There's a lot of risks with, they're stress, parasites. You name it. It's not a good way to go. And my thing, honestly, is why we keep pulling them out of the wild when we're actually breeding them. So, it's kind of needs to hit a turning point where you're just paying for what you actually want rather than just getting stuff,
Absolutely. Hey, Dakota, you need to calm down. Master Joe was speaking.
No. Hey, sorry, my dog's
what's up, man?
My dog's not doing good.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he just had a seizure. I think we're gonna end up having to make that appointment tomorrow, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. It is what it is, you can't. I don't want to make this about a bummer podcast. I want to have a fun podcast and then feel like shit for the rest of the night. So what were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about the so at a lot of reptile shows that you go to, you run into captive bred and farm bred options. A lot of people will notice that the captive bred, but not have a full understanding of what captive bred is. They will see it's $500, for example, an Argus monitor. But then they go around the corner to this booth here, and they've got farm bred, which is aka wild caught. They don't know what that is, but they see that it's $200. So what would be your advice to Joe Schmo, first time buying a monitor? What would you tell them for advice?
The easiest thing to say, $300 for a wild caught or $500 for a captive bred, you're spending that $500 either way. You're actually probably going to end up spending more money on the import just with all the shit you're going to need to do to get it back on track. In most cases, I mean, sometimes you roll the dice and you get lucky. I've had that happen to me a few times. I've had it happen to me where I spent twice the amount of money, 3 times the amount of my original cost of that animal just to have it pass 6 months later. It's I think I heard Joe saying it's a bit of a roll of the dice every time, and where spending that extra $300 to go with the safe bet and having an animal, that lives at 15 to 30 years is a little bit more worth it when you're thinking long term.
Yeah, before you asked the old me when I didn't know a damn thing about, 6 years ago, I'd have said, hell yeah, get the cheaper one. What's the difference? Well, I was a dumbass and didn't know my head from my ass. So I decided to get the cheap one. And I found out long term, well, I was too fucking broke to afford it. And that's something you really have to, it's a roll of the dice. You're going to have more responsibilities with taking that type of animal in. You have no idea. Like Dakota said, you might get fucking lucky. Chances, I would say slim to fucking none. So
it's funny how the community is so backwards when it comes to captive bred and wild caught, because all the guys that know what they're doing know usually not to get the imports and get the captive bred instead, where everyone coming in that's new usually goes for the imports. And I'm not saying there shouldn't be importation by any means. We need to we can take a look at like eastern indigos, blue tongues, any Australian species. That gene pool is only getting smaller and smaller as we keep going, and without adding any new blood, eggs are going to start coming with some wonky little features through Alabama stuff.
Yeah, it's not going to look pretty.
It's a bad inbreeding joke. I'm usually more clever, so I'm off my game today.
Bro, you could have just said hills have eyes. We all would have known.
Hills have eyes, damn it. You see what I'm saying?
So this brings me to my next question here. So I want to know what your guys' standpoint is on current reptile shows. If you have any that you would recommend to somebody or maybe not recommend.
Are we saying per 2020 or just recent as in like the last 5 years?
I'm saying current to date. If you were looking out for the next reptile show to go to, what would be one that you would advise, recommend, or what would be one that you'd say, absolutely not, don't waste your time?
I think it all depends on distance, really. As far as with COVID and everything, I haven't gone to any reptile shows. There's been a few in like Massachusetts, New Hampshire, but I don't know. It's like they're 6 feet apart. You have a time limit to where like you only spend so much time. There's no like small talk, which really to me is like the big point. It's the community coming together in one secreted area. And then we're all talking shit about reptiles. You get to know new people, networking. That's like the huge thing of why I love going to expos. And taking that away, it's almost like going to any other pet store, getting supplies and going out. It's not the same for me. So I haven't gone to any just because of that reason. If we're talking like in general, again, just distance, like what's the show? The Ham Show in Pennsylvania. That's about a 6-hour drive for me, and I heard it's just not as great of a show to worth that 12-hour round trip. I know some great shows. I mean, I feel like the Manchester show in New Hampshire, it's a pretty good medium where it's a fairly large show, but you're not getting into that like Titan Point, Daytona, Tinley, these massive giant expos. You can see everything the same day and know what's there, but it's not just like 2 halls or 2 rows of tables with some guys with ball pythons and boas. So I think the New Hampshire show is pretty rad if it's not too far out of drive. White Plains, although I haven't gone personally, every time I want to go, April was the day, folks. I was going to go in April. It was my first time. I was so stoked. Then COVID happened, and now I'm just. I heard isn't New York in a second lockdown now? So, at some point I'll see White Plains. I hear it's a great show.
I think it won't be too long until more lockdowns are starting to happen.
I'm counting down the days for Maine and New Hampshire to get locked down again. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. So stack up on the rodents now, people.
There's one good thing. Second stimulus check. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it. We'll make it rain.
More ball pythons, here I come. They're like, use this stimulus for necessities. And I'm like, what'd you say while scrolling Morph Market?
Hold on, was that #/Morph Market?
Oh, wait, what's this? What do we got here? Cali B Het Clown? Oh, don't mind if I do. 1,200. There we go.
Dude, my ass is buying 3 caiman lizards. Fuck it.
Where do you get the money for caiman lizards?
Hey.
Fuck, where do you find caiman lizards?
It's a secret. Yo, what's your thoughts on the reptile show?
COVID's definitely got it screwed up. But my personal thoughts, at least the shows that I've been to, at least down here, they could do a lot better. They really could do a lot better. It's not enough for the reptile community itself. It's just about getting certain ones in, getting certain ones out. Being a new guy trying to get in, at least down here, has been a little difficult, and you got to jump through hoops and go around obstacles and everything like that. It works, but
it's crazy as you get into the hobby and actually dive into it as a breeder, how political
exactly
I remember first starting, I was like, I can't wait to get into the hobby, man. I want to meet this person, blah blah blah. But there's so many, like, it's like right back to high school. There's like cliques and groups and non-spider ball python breeding people, spider ball like it's crazy. And the further I get into it, the further I'm like, I don't really want to be here, actually. This kind of sucks. When like 3 years ago, I was like, I can't wait. I want to be in the hobby. I want to be this guy.
Yep, we've only just started doing the shows. It was either the end of last year or the beginning of this year when we just started doing the shows. And first it was great, and then all of a sudden it was like, there's no buy option, there's no this option, so we have to go in through this one and that one and blah blah blah. And it just seems like it's like a good old boy setup. And so I think it could be done a hell of a lot better. And I think the reptile industry, the people in the industry, could do a lot better job actually handling the shows than just a bunch of people that aren't in it and, just grabbing what they grab and selling tables. That's all they're doing. There's a difference between promoting the industry, the community, than just selling tables,
For sure. I definitely, over my years, I've seen some questionable tables. I mean, when you've got, gravid Jackson's chameleons and dried up White's tree frogs, and you're thinking, who's running the show? And honestly, maybe it's just a lack of knowledge because, so-and-so person, I don't know who runs the Manchester show, to be honest with you. But, if I did and if everyone else did, and if you could put two and two together, like, oh, this doesn't reflect poorly on this guy, this reflects poorly on the guy that let this guy in and said this was an acceptable place to showcase his show. I feel like we would get a couple different people in there than some of the ones that we have right now. I mean, at least in Manchester, we have the sketchy table guy. We got a name for him. It's the guy that has all the imports, and you're guaranteed mites, some sort of bacterial, nido, but he's got all the cool shit. So sometimes, again, you got to roll the dice if you want what he's got.
Exactly. And I'm not saying there's not a spot for them, but give the other guys a better chance than what you're doing, too. So,
and God damn it, there needs to be a cap on ball pythons. I'm just gonna say it. I cannot put them all on one fucking row, for God's sake. I do not want to walk around seeing fucking 37 ball python tables. Put them all in one spot. And then let's have some fun with the other stuff, for fuck's sakes.
Before we started vending the shows, I didn't go to the shows. I was just, I was in and out in 40 minutes. I was just like,
Jesus Christ, man, no one gives a shit anymore.
It's like, I had friends where if there's something cool, let me know, but otherwise I'm not going,
It's like fucking swimming through a river of ball pythons to find one blue tree monitor.
It is.
I cannot tell you how fucking bad it's been. So, like, I've gone to a couple of the Repticon shows just to kind of just see what it was in the area, and holy fuck, I could not see enough ball pythons.
Yep. There's
Oh,
a lot.
you can definitely see enough ball pythons. There is a limit.
Like it was like sarcasm. It was just so fucked. Like it just really made me not want to own one because everyone fucking had one, and it's like they look cool, they're great, but why so many?
I mean, after the 10th table, you're like, I've had enough. I really don't give a shit. You could have a 7-gene world's first. I wouldn't give a fuck.
I feel like there needs to be some type of like if you own the show, okay, maybe regulate how many motherfucking ball python tables.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
or just put them in one area.
There's got to be a cap.
Now, I will say, so it's called the Show Me Snake Show. It's hosted, I think he owns it, Mickey Meyer. That dude he's doing his shit right. Okay. I highly recommend if you guys can go and see a Show Me Snake Show. It's not just snakes, motherfucker. It's everything. And I mean, he's got
pretty misleading.
He's got fucking lemurs. He's got fucking chinchilla. I mean, birds, you name it. It's everything is in certain areas. So it's not like you walk into a Repticon, you're fucking bombarded with 15 ball python tables, and then you have to go through a little tunnel with more ball pythons. It's all set up quite nice. There's hot snakes. There's so much shit there. It's really a great show. So if you can go out, check it out. Super cheap, super affordable, great prices, and a lot of good people to meet there. A lot of good people that know their shit. Besides Patrick Allen, he could suck a dick. So, sorry, that was personal, but
It seemed a little.
But yeah,
talk about not being professional on the podcast, calling people out. I mean, who does that?
Really care. I hope he knows.
Right there.
I hope he knows. Well, you ought to be no one talking to me. I really don't give a shit, and that's why the people like me. So, so let's say you go to a show and you purchase a reptile. Okay, do you feel it would help improve the experience for the community as well as the owner to always provide a care sheet with the reptile?
You know what? That's something I've actually been thinking about doing. Just something like super simple, just to have the basics down on there. The issue is, I thought about doing that. I wanted to do that and then have a little bit. So obviously, as a reptile breeder, there are a lot of us, hella reptile breeders out there. So, you know, as a business, you're always trying to figure out how to differentiate yourself from the next guy. And as far as shows go, the guy right next to you. So what I've been thinking about doing is not only having that kind of care sheet, but also having like a little like a Microsoft log of just, you know, the animal shed right here. It ate at this time or refused food this time. It shed. You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit more personable with the animal. So as soon as you take one of my babies home, you know exactly what's been going on with it from day one of it hatching.
Yeah, I think personally, I do that for all of my Savannahs, my Niles, any monitors I have. I've spent the time to type up a file and save it to a PDF that everyone's got an email. So I don't have to go off and print shit. And
that's weird.
I can literally just, I'll just send it to them.
Huh.
And
must have missed that email when I got that leopard gecko from you, huh?
Well, I don't sell to inexperience, so I had a thought that maybe you didn't need one. But if you need one, I can still send it to you.
No, half water, half land, right?
No, it's just a grow tent and just put them in there.
Oh, thank God! There.
Okay. No lights, no heating, nothing. Just the leopard gecko in the tent.
Well, I got the AC going in there because I thought, you know, I don't know what I thought.
You need to crank the AC higher. I heard it makes them live longer. So.
Yeah, because the heart moves less.
People, that was absolutely a joke. Please do not take any of that seriously. So, Joe, what do you think? Care sheets? Do you provide them?
We don't provide them. We spend a whole lot of time with the people when they're even just interested and don't even buy from us, just educating them and everything. And we get a whole lot of comments on that about how much time we take and explain to them. But as far as care sheets, I don't think it's a bad idea. Just the only thing I'd say is you can do exactly what's on that care sheet, and you still end up with a problem. I'd prefer them actually come back to us. We give them the contact information and everything like that. So when they run into something, maybe we can help. At that point afterwards. So.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I just had a situation like that pop up where someone was having an issue with one of my baby crested geckos that I bought a few weeks ago, and I just gave them my number and I was like, give me a call. I don't like texting all this long stuff. And they're like, oh my God, I'll quote it. A famous YouTuber gave me their personal number and answered. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking small. It's not him, but I want to make sure the animal I produced is getting everything it needs. Like, it's not about fucking ego or anything like that. It's making sure that my animal is being taken care of. And if I need to talk on the phone for an hour and a half to 2 hours with you to make sure that's happening, that's just what I'm going to do.
That's exactly it.
The fuck is Trevor doing?
Sorry, I'm trying to get Dylan in here. Dylan's
over here like
Dylan was okay. All right. So Dylan is coming in, everybody. Hi, guys. So yeah, we're gonna hang out. Hey, come here. You want to say hi to the people?
Oh God.
Come on, you fat lard.
That's awesome.
He's full of fat and shit, but anyways, so for Nailed the Reptile shows, captive bred, farm bred. So the care sheet, yes, I recommend it personally. Like I said, I sent him out with everything. Besides Dakota, because I thought he was smarter than what he looks, but I'm fucking wrong, apparently.
Is it because I got a YouTube channel? Because I got news for you, pal. I don't know what I'm doing.
Bro, that might be because you're friends with, I think it's like Professor, I don't know. I can't remember. So,
oh, Dr. Reptiles.
That's it. That's the guy. So what would be your least favorite reptile that you're just like, fuck, man, I don't want to own it, don't want to look at it? Is there any in your head that come to mind?
I mean, like up until a few weeks ago, leopard gecko. Changed my mind. I've been having a blast with him. He's super awesome. But
dude, he's kick ass, man.
Yeah, they're kick ass. That was something where I was like, God damn, I didn't think I was gonna have this much fun with a leopard gecko, but I'm having a good time.
He just
let Joe answer. I don't really know.
I don't really have any.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of how deep I get into them.
Not even like hot snakes or anything like that.
Yeah, venomous stuff. I'm not looking to mess around with that. Other than that, I'm good.
Dried up
white sugar. Anything like that? Bastard. Sorry, guys. But I would say hot snakes. I want to own one, but it's like, do I really?
I'm just waiting to move down south and definitely getting into them.
They actually, so just recently, they actually became illegal.
No.
So I can't have them now.
Like completely or like permits?
It didn't say anything about a permit because I was like trying to look it up and it said banned. So I don't know. But
I don't think I'll ever own hots just because by the time I get to a place where I can, they're all going to be banned.
I can have a monkey, so.
Oh, shit. I'll take the monkey, I guess, if I have to.
I'll take like 6 lemurs. Fucking A.
Dude, lemurs are assholes. They're like horrible pets.
No, they look so fucking sweet.
They look sweet, but like after lemurs hit sexual maturity, they're horrible and they're really loud. Dylan looks fucking dead.
I was reading something. Sorry. What's up, guys?
We're glad you're alive and well.
I'm definitely alive. I haven't heard from you.
We missed you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So let's ask you, what's your favorite, or excuse me, least favorite reptile species? Why?
Least favorite. I can pick a least favorite amphibian.
Okay, so there you go. That's a reptile.
No, it's not.
Close enough.
Budget's frogs. They just freak me out, man. They freak me out.
Itty frog?
Really?
Budget's frogs.
Pudget's frog. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, they're real ugly.
They're real ugly.
All right. So, hey, so what about the Gila monster or the bearded lizard?
Oh my god, this guy again.
Oh,
The what monster?
Beat it.
The Gila. The Gila.
The Gila?
the Gila. The
The
Gila.
Gila.
Bro. So it's Gila.
Gila.
Yeah.
It's Mexican, right? Because Mexican.
Yep.
It's
It's a
also
Mexican
bearded
food,
lizard, not bearded
right?
lizard. Unless I mean bearded
Bearded.
dragon.
It's beaded. So I want one of those. But they are
I want
venomous,
one of
aren't
them.
they?
I heard
Yeah,
like
they are, but they have a different
Gila
delivery
monsters and
system.
bearded lizards are like the number one venomous thing that people get bit by because they just like get a little too comfortable with them every time.
Yeah. Is that venison? Or elk?
Most people won't die from a bite.
Yeah, it's fine. I heard it just like hurts like hell.
It does.
Damn. Max Johnson says Gila. Well, Amazon guy, I need to get those from you. So just let's keep that on the DL. So
Trevor ain't gonna know what to do with bearded lizards.
hey, you can shut your mouth, Mister.
Yeah, you just make sure to send him the care guide when you ship them.
Hey, when you need a care sheet for your leopard gecko, I'm gonna have some questions here, okay, guy?
I'll just YouTube it with like the other fucking 100 YouTubers that
I heard, bro,
make
I
a
heard
leopard.
Professor Dickhead's got a really good one. So,
I'm working on mine right now. Gotta get that leopard care guide out before Christmas. You know it's gonna hit.
Yes. So, what would be some of your favorite? Let's do one. Absolute favorite.
Who's going first? Anyway,
It's a
okay.
hard thing.
You're
I'll
the
tell you
last
like
one
recently
here,
what my
you can
favorite.
go
So
first.
this is
All
actually
right.
something I'm gonna be getting here. I think I'm gonna try for next year because once I move my Arises, I'll have a spare space ready. But I want to get into a white throat or black throat. Probably end up with a white throat just because of the price on black throats right now. But I'm
What?
pretty stoked about that. Yeah, I want just one really big monitor lizard, and white throats seem pretty rad.
So, are you just getting one as a pet? Or
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it as a pet. I think they get a little too big for me at the moment to have any kind of like breeding enclosure and then 2 adults. I think I got too much going on right now with monitor stuff to try to breed white throats. Plus, I don't know if it's been done or if anyone. I know black throats are a little difficult.
Now, what's the difference between a black throat and a white throat? Do you know?
Locality and size.
Very nice.
So black throats usually get fairly. I don't know. I know they get larger. I don't know by how much. White throats usually stay on the smaller end of that scale.
Joe, do you know anything on that?
Oh
I
yeah,
think
black
It's only
throat.
a couple feet difference, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
not-
there's quite a bit of difference.
Oh, is
but
it? Okay.
Yeah, black throats. I mean, they get up like at least 6, 7. I know somebody with an 8-foot male.
Wow.
So
Is that
they
the one
get-
you posted on Instagram?
no, that's not that one. He's a good 6 foot at least.
Yeah, I was
think
gonna say he's a
over
big
6 foot.
boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah. But 6 foot. Where white throats are a lot smaller. White throats. A lot of people were breeding over the past, I don't know, I guess 2 years. But black throats, there's still a few. There's a couple people there's one out in Colorado. I think there's another one in California. There's a couple people breeding black throats, but once they hit, they're gone. So
It's crazy the influx they've gotten. They've really risen in price over the last couple of years.
yeah. Once they put the ban on in Tanzania, the
I mean, I remember
exportation ban.
$400, $500, $600 you can get one. Now
Oh,
it's
yeah.
7
Yep.
plus.
And I was only a couple years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was no big deal. Now it's crazy. Now it's nuts. Yep.
They are
Where-
crazy. Dakota, where are you getting them from? Local?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far. I just know I'm going to get a white throat at some point next year.
Fair enough. Goals. Fuck it. Let's go, Dylan.
So favorite reptile, huh? Protalis atrox.
Say that again.
Protalis atrox or Western diamondback.
There you go. You got to dumb it down for us stupid people.
Sorry.
Dumb it down for me, man. Come on, man.
I feel like rattlesnakes are like a niche in the venomous community.
They are. That's my main focus, just research-wise, and they're a whole other animal. And I'd like to say timbers are probably one of my favorites, just because of how calm they can be. But yeah, I'm an Aatrox guy.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Joe.
I'm already doing them.
Hey.
There you go.
Loyalty.
Just where I started.
I would have to say 2021. There might be 2 Caimans coming into the house.
Caimans, those are illegal with you too.
We'll see. We'll find
Get your permits.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. So, it's definitely.
I want to put down $100 that Trevor did not know they were illegal until you just said something.
You're in Kentucky, right?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, asshole. And I just told you, if you were paying attention earlier, Dakota, I was already looking up laws. So don't you think I would have stumbled across that, you dipshit?
I wasn't paying attention. I'll be honest.
Oh, no.
Full disclosure.
That's my bad then.
Look, I'm going to have to hashtag dumbass on here, so y'all will know. Anyway, so I think that those are fucking kick-ass picks. I mean, Joe's just loyal to what he loves. So, I mean, you can't go wrong there. So for personal question on the community, what do you feel as an individual, what do you feel is going to be the most beneficial thing for the community to grow that we can do to help make that happen? The community sucks ass right now. So what can we do to make this shit better?
I'd say just kind of getting some of that stigma away from it, like the differences in enclosures. Ball pythons are the best snake or whatever.
Who
just
says that?
Basic.
Who says ball pythons are the? I have never heard that. Ball python. Coming from a ball python guy, ball pythons are not the best snake by far.
I didn't say they were.
I mean, like real low on the totem pole. Ball pythons, maybe corn snakes are below. I think that's about it.
Hey, JDI is ultra pissed off right now.
JDI, ball pythons are not that great of a snake. You can make cool shit out of them. That's like literally the only thing. If there was like only 5 morphs of ball pythons, no one would be doing them. We can all be honest with ourselves. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway.
Just to clarify, I didn't say they were the best, but I feel like that stigma that runs around the hobby of just differences in opinions is basically my point.
Can deal with that. Dakota?
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Christ. It's a question. It only requires a fucking answer.
That one that needs to be thought out.
Fuck.
I was too busy roasting Dylan about the ball python thing. I didn't have time to think.
Dylan, fire back, brother. Fire back.
Yeah, give me 3 reasons why ball pythons are the best snake.
Okay, suck. How about that?
Winner. Mice for dinner.
I think the biggest thing is trying to get more of the I think getting the younger generation more involved into the hobby. Clearing up, I think just dismantling Facebook groups would really be the best thing we should do, is just get rid of them. I just saw today someone was talking about wanting a Chinese water dragon, like what enclosure and stuff they need. And someone like goes off like it's obvious you've never done your research. And I was like, holy shit, man. Like you don't have to. It costs you 0. It actually costs you more to say that than to not say it. So I don't know. I think being a little more friendlier, because, we're not getting any younger. I'm looking at you, Dylan. You're getting up there in age.
You call me old?
And, in order to have stuff keep going, you got to keep doing it. You got to have more people that want to follow in your footsteps for, specific species. There's a bunch of stuff that's fallen off over the years. Now, granted, a lot of that has to do with the ball python thing. I know why ball pythons are not good for diversity in the hobby, because holy shit, it seems like everyone just got rid of their any type of variety in their collection to hop on that investment train.
Dylan, this is a question for you. I don't know if you want to elaborate on this.
No, I think we covered that.
Oh, man. God damn it.
I think that's my answer.
By that, I meant like people think they're the pinnacle of reptile keeping.
I mean, they're the pinnacle of the hobby right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
they're the majority. I think we can all agree on that.
I own a ball python. I know it all, type of thing. But anyways,
which you need to call me later, by the way, since you've been MIA doing your own dang thing.
You can call me anytime you want, buddy. I tried
on Facebook. I tried to. You screen me. I'm not important.
I did.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
So, Argusman, what do you got?
Stop shitting on each other. I mean, seriously, and that's all it is. Stop overcomplicating shit. It's not that big a deal. Dakota said it too. There's no one way. It's just give it a rest. Stop. You want to help the reptile industry. Stop worrying about hearing your own voice first. Because nobody's really listening to it anyways. So,
I absolutely couldn't agree more. And that is the entire reason I wanted to do this.
Yep.
I don't have to be anybody to just do this. I'm just wanting to be somebody to help the community grow. I give a fuck. If there's a name on it, if there's anything to it, it's just the pure spite of helping people learn, helping people grow. Because you know what? Even if I jump out of it, people still have material that they can go back to and know that, okay, this is what Joe said or Dakota said or Dylan. Like these are all those things that I can use because they've already done it or they've been there before. They've made the mistake. Now I can learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is really
that's actually another huge thing to brush up on is I think we need to be more open with our mistakes. It seems to be like a very taboo thing. I mean, we can all be honest here. Anyone with any type of large facility in reptile business, lots of animals die. Lots of animals have problems. That's just the way it is. And I think it almost becomes a thing where like every big business knows it's happening, but as soon as someone has some concrete proof of it, all of a sudden that's cancel culture and they should be canceled when every single other person, I mean, anything, even any of like so like spider ball pythons, who took the brunt of spider ball pythons? Kevin McCurley, Brian Barczyk. They're the two most relevant people that are doing it in the hobby, or at least, in the general people's eyes. Yet, how many people breed spider ball pythons? So many people.
Yeah. Now, those, don't get me, I mean, I just want to ask this. You guys are probably going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Spiders are the ones that have the deficiency in like their...
they have a wobble. One of them.
Okay, so it's
one of them.
Tail like goes like this. It's really cool because if you breed a spider to a spider, it intensifies, and the ball python can actually like it gets some air. It's nuts.
Dude,
I don't know why more people are doing it with okay, so here's the thing. Here's how to fix the spider wobble. You get a ball python, wobble into the left, right? You find one that's wobbling to the right, and you pair them. Boom! Now you got one going straight. I don't see the big issue here, people. For fuck's sakes.
Hey, my dog is looking at me right now going, that dude's full of shit.
He's got his head tilted. What?
It's just like all the other spider ball pythons. Like, what's...
That is fucking ridiculous.
A lot of people don't realize that spider's not the only one with wobble, though.
Really?
Yeah, there's like 3, or at least like neurological, there's like 3 or 4.
There's a spider, champagne, sable, hidden gene, woma, and woma.
And jaguar too, if we're talking like not ball pythons.
I just found
true.
literally yesterday that the womas, is that how it's pronounced and spelled and said?
Yeah.
Woma? Okay.
It's
So
Homa, asshole.
Are you talking about?
that asshole was going to come up into my screen. So
Are you talking about Woma pythons or Woma ball pythons?
ball pythons.
Okay.
So I found out that they actually, if they are, I think it's just the womas that do it, but typically they have a dead clutch. If they've got 6 eggs, they're all dead on their first clutch that they lay. Have you heard anything about that?
I've actually found that happens to a lot. When you get a female snake, but you don't get a male snake, and she lays eggs, whole clutch is dead.
This dumbass. I'm about to dump your ass off like a You about to find that door real quick and you ain't gonna find your ass back in it.
And it's pronounced dud, not dead.
Fucking dying.
One of
over
us did. Damn, that was good, Joe.
Oh shit!
Sorry.
Silence in here, and then he found his punchline. He's like,
He saw the opportunity and he took it. Oh my god! I'm like rolling away.
fuck. No, really though, I've heard that these guys, because I didn't know anything about it, because I was looking at a now I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't want Dakota to get all fucking correction police on my ass. So.
Oh, I'm waiting. I'm over here
Hold
like,
on, guys. Hold on.
say some more dumb shit.
Hold on. Well, fuck, that's all you got because
What were we saying? Being nicer to people in the community or something?
Yeah.
Let's see here. So it's a butter, Wuma, and granite female. That's what I was looking at. And apparently they've got some issue. I don't know what it is, but I didn't get into it too much because I ended up not getting it. But I do have a question for Dylan, though. Have you ever heard of a Congo ball python?
Yeah, I have.
Can you tell me a little information on it?
I only know about it. I don't know a lot about it. So I just know the name. Yeah.
Aren't they a little old school, kind of like with the jungles?
I believe so. I really don't know the history on it. I haven't even seen a lot of combos on it, to be honest.
Well, I've got a guy that has these Congos that I'm actually going to bring onto the show. He literally like talked my ear off for an hour on just Congos and like the history and where they came from and blah blah blah. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Dakota, I'm sorry, I'll probably have to let you go on that one because it is about ball pythons. I know how much you love them.
I'm just thinking to myself, oh boy, an hour and a half about one ball python gene. That's going to be a show.
Well, I mean, hey, just think about it. I mean, JDI will be live the same time we are, so I mean, we really don't have to worry about any like crazy conversation. You know what I mean? But sorry, that was a shot in the dark there. Because we all know.
You guys ever hear of Voltas?
No.
No.
What is that?
They come from they're ball pythons. They come from a certain part of Africa where they are fucking huge.
Oh, wait, I have. Yeah, I have heard of them.
The average breeding weight of a female, normal, regular ball python, whatever, probably around 3,000, 3,500 grams.
They're like the size of a common bow. It's nuts.
Yeah, Voltas are about 6,000 grams, give or take.
Dakota, you're about to lose a fan, bro. You might want to make up right now.
Bro, have you been part of my channel? I roast ball pythons all the time, viciously. I think I'm just salty because I made 2 ball python videos and they did horrible, so I just haven't. I've gotten like 4 more ball pythons. No one has seen them on the channel because I just don't fuck. I don't fuck with it anymore. I just do my own thing with the ball pythons.
Trevor, you got a question that's more up your alley.
I see that. Yeah, that's kind of more up my alley. Cool. Hello, guys. I'm not even gonna. I tell you what, Dakota, do you want to pronounce the name for me?
Obviously, it's Jitan Mustafa. Come on, keep up.
So, hey guys, I got a Savannah monitor a while ago. I am planning to build a adult enclosure for it. What's the ideal setup? So, first of all, I'm going to ask what the current setup is, because that you don't want to. For me and what I do for my savannas, I don't want to tailor it too far of what they have. I like to keep it somewhat the same because then that way the transition is going to be easy, okay, or easier, I should say. Obviously, you want to have your hot spot. You want to have your hides. You want to have your ability to make it feel like they're at home. Before, I didn't really use too much bamboo. Dakota turned me on to the bamboo, and I've used it ever since. And I've actually noticed quite a bit of difference in how they are. I don't know if they feel like they're in their natural environment or what it is, but I definitely recommend. I'm going to tell you to go get a grow tent because that's what I've used and it fucking works. I don't care what anyone says about it. You can go back in older videos and kind of watch what I say about grow tents and what everyone else has got the opinion on it. But I used for my adults, I use a 48 by 48 by 80. I have got like plywood on the bottom, and then I've got the bamboo lined and zip tied to all the corners to where he can't crawl or claw its way out of the bamboo. The bamboo's pretty thick. And dude, Dakota, thank you for actually telling me about that shit. It's awesome.
Yo, bamboo's rules, man. It's a pain in the ass to set up, but after that, makes the enclosure. It totally changes the way the enclosure looks.
Dude, I put it in there. Like I put it in for my Niles enclosure too, and like I cut it to size. I put it up all on the all on the inside of the walls, and I was like, damn, this shit looks like a fucking jungle. This is bad.
Right? It's like tiki, man. I dig it. I got one Chinese water dragon. I just did one for the frilled lizard.
Like I just
pretty
felt
cool.
like I needed to put a tiki torch in there or some shit, like, hey, hey, we're gonna have a party, we're gonna hang out and have some drinks.
Don't put a torch in your animal's enclosure. I don't recommend that.
Look, it's only if they want to.
Oh, should I take mine out?
What's that?
Is it lit?
Yeah.
You're fine then.
Oh, okay.
But back to kind of adding more to that question. Make sure you have the proper substrate. Make sure you have the proper depth. I really can't say how important it is to really make sure that they feel at home and like not thrown into just like another like, oh shit, like what is this? Make them feel at home. Take other things that they had in their old enclosure and put them in the new enclosure. Set it up kind of similar. So if you've got branches running, like I don't know. I guess it could be me and like just being OCD or whatever, but literally if I've got branches ran a certain way in the first enclosure, I've got it ran the same way in the second enclosure. I've noticed that they've been better responsive. They're great. But to each his own. All savannas are different easily. I can definitely say that. But set it up as close as you can to the first one. And just make sure your temperatures are accurate and spot on to where they should be. So
basically same thing but bigger.
Exactly. Short way, but I'm just trying to explain shit, man.
I'm just giving you shit. Don't worry.
Give me the details. Fuck you, man.
Oh, watch out, Dylan. He's about to kick you.
Whoa, man.
No, look, hey, I'm about to give your ass that Photo Vision 2.0. I'm about to kick right through this fucking camera.
I was waiting for you to kick over your computer.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
My dog's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop. So, anyways, I would like to, Dakota, do you have some merch right now on sale?
Yeah, I got my merch over at Teespring. DBCB Exotics. We got 10% off up until Monday. I have sold 0 units.
Awesome. So that means
Joe heard merch and he's like, "Oh, I'm getting the fuck out of here."
We all should. So how long have you had your merch up for?
Shit, at least a year.
And you haven't sold nothing?
I've sold like here and there. I think I've okay. So I profited about $30 since I've opened up the account. I'm surprised they haven't closed it yet from insufficient purchases. But I think because I keep buying samples that they're like, okay, no, we'll keep them going a little longer.
Well, I will tell you, man. I've honestly had my my store up for like I think like a week and a half, 2 weeks now, and I've already made 12 sales. So it's going pretty good. Come on,
cool.
Dakota. Come on, bro.
I don't know what to do. I've given up on my
Look, guys,
on my merch. Maybe later on. Maybe I've seen a bigger audience.
That was a cry for help, guys. So go over and get your ass some fucking badass.
They're not even expensive. They're like $16. That's it.
And I'm going to be honest with you.
I make like $2 a t-shirt.
I know. Next Friday,
It's that.
No, I put it that low over time because I'm like, maybe it's so expensive. So I literally make like an average of $3 to $5 depending on what material you get off my shirts. Like the cheapest option, I make like $2 off of.
Jeez. I'll buy you followers and subs for Christmas. How's that sound?
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're the man, bro.
I saw a bioactive question.
Yeah,
bring that up.
I don't know shit about them. I don't use them. I don't do them. So if anyone else has got anything to say on it, Dylan,
I got you. I only do bioactive if it is in a tropical region. If the animal is from a tropical region. So like savannas probably isn't going to work that well because you have high temps. It's going to kill off all your cleanup crew. So Amazon tree boas, Chinese water dragons, that stuff would work great. But you have to keep in mind where the animal is from.
you've got a loyal fan, Dakota.
Oh, thanks, Jersey Herper. I wouldn't be making it right now without your sales. I'll be honest. I think Jersey Herper's like 1 of 3.
You be the 200th like on my Instagram page, and guess what? I'm sending you a free sweatshirt or whatever the hell you want, and some fucking badass stickers, man. So you just keep a lookout for that shit. Anyways, so Dylan, what's been going on with you, man? Do you have any projects or any shit coming up?
Not a thing, man. It's been very hectic lately. So I've been all over the place and still working with the same collection, no new additions, but we're doing good.
Awesome. Joe, you were kind of MIA there for a minute. You all right?
Yeah, take a phone call.
Oh,
Stop ringing.
I didn't take a poop. We all know it. We've all done it.
Dude, I didn't know.
I wish I could go that fast.
Man, just shoot it right out of you.
Look, Dakota, normally...
Out of the way, I got a podcast.
No. Damn. So what would you guys say for... I don't want to bring this into like a negative kind of question, but I'm probably going to anyway. What do you feel like are the most negative impacts upon the community?
Oh, gee, I wonder what Dakota's
I would say it's kind of building off of what Dakota said. It's kind of the fact that anyone can have a voice. With how things are right now, anyone can make a Facebook group, start a YouTube channel, and just say whatever they want. Literally whatever they want.
Now, what do you feel like? Two-sided blade here.
Yeah.
What would you say that, like, for somebody to, if they like who they are, but they go to their page and they start following, and they're started like it's just not good information. Like, what for those people that are watching? Like, I mean, when is it like? When's it good and bad? You know what I mean? Like, when is it time for those people to shut the fucking door on that shit? Because I notice, like, I've got some people that pop up on my YouTube, and I don't even fucking follow. And it just pops up all the time, probably because I pay for the whatever the fuck it is. But, like, the people on there, they're spreading just shitty information.
Yeah.
And it's like, at that point, it's like, why do you still follow him? You know, like, why do you still contribute to the page? Like,
It's, in my opinion, it's because the people that are making these videos, posting these posts, whatever, it's more of like a theatrical event, and
okay.
they're influencing other people. That's literally their job. The animals is an afterthought. I mean, I'll call someone out right now. Go herping, Alex.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I thought you were going to say me.
he had what?
Dakota Soul felt that one hard.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say me. It was gonna be like Dakota. That guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know how he's making it on YouTube.
DBCB
Feeling
Exotics.
okay right now. He's good.
I'm so insignificant. I don't even cross people's minds. I get it.
But Go Herping, he had a ball python that didn't eat for a year and a half, but people still religiously followed him. Why? When he's still handing out care and husbandry tips. So that, in my opinion, is what's bringing the hobby down, is people like that.
Dude, there's so much, man, I can't tell you. Like, it makes me so angry, but like, how many like Savannah Monitor videos are out there and how fucking terrible they are. And like, I was watching this guy about this. I won't say his name because I'm not trying to start no shit, but I will say he's only doing Nile monitors and he thinks he's going to breed them. And he's giving information on these guys that are not fucking accurate. He's got them in fucking 10 gallons, 20 gallons, 40 gallons. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, he's got a pretty solid following. And it's like, it just fucking blows my mind. It's like, I feel like that's such a negative fucking impact to everything that we spend so hard and so much time trying to figure out the proper husbandry for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And we do it and we make videos for it. And it's just thrown away by shitty fucking just husbandry, man. It's fucking horrid.
Yeah, it is.
What do you think?
What do I think?
No, Joe.
Same thing. I agree with that, and then I agree with how it goes the other direction too. It's one end to the other. You know, there's no happy medium, and that's why nobody gets along, and that's why nobody learns. You know, it's
like I know you have said this so many times, and it's stuck with me. Like, every time I hear it or I say it, I hear it in your fucking voice because I've heard you say it so many times, and it's. There's not one way to do it.
No.
There's multiple, endless ways. If it works, then what's the problem?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And
I've got adults in 10 by 10s, and I got adults in much smaller, just because they don't work in larger enclosures. They get worse. And what's the point in having that animal if you can't even walk inside the enclosure? That they're just willing to attack you. And I mean, sometimes they're just not ready. They go through puberty. That does not mean they're mature. So it goes from both directions. It doesn't mean you neglect the animal, but there is such thing we like to refer to as healthy neglect as well. So
Can you explain that?
It's not giving them the Googled and Facebook version of what everybody says that particular breed of animal, species of animal has to actually have. Sometimes you have to dial it down. Like I said, you read the animal, and then exactly what it needs. I mean, starting off monitors and tanks, a lot of people go, "Oh, you can't do it," blah, blah, blah. If not, you got to close off this and side off that and insulate for heat and humidity. And yeah, you may have to, but look at what you got and figure it out and see what it actually is. I mean, the big thing is with 40 gallons going from over top, you're going to stress them out every time you go to feed them or reach your hand in or anything like that. I don't have that, not with the babies. That could be just this particular, especially with Argus, that particular species. The hand's coming over, they're looking for food. But one thing I do know is my hand comes over, sometimes it's feeding, sometimes it's not. I like to work with that, and that's, to me, that's your best interaction as far as letting them know what's food and what's not, whether it's your hand or whether it's actual food. So
let me ask, well, we'll get back to that. Dakota, what's your thoughts?
No, same thing. I do the same stuff with my crocodile skinks. I tell everyone they're the worst pet to own because in order to keep them alive, you have to leave them the fuck alone. The most or
what do you mean?
The highest reason of crocodile skinks dying at such a young age, their average lifespan is only like 6 years because people just overly stress them because they're overly fucking with them, seeing if they're okay. Blah blah. I keep mine in those bins right. Fucking mirror down here, and yeah, I just leave them the fuck alone. I miss the enclosure. I put bugs in there, and I check them like every so often. Baby pops up, an egg pops up, and I'm like, cool beans. And then I close the bin up, and I leave them the fuck alone for another week. That's worst pet in my experience to ever own, but that's literally what you have to do to keep them going, at least in my opinion, in my experience.
Fair enough. All right.
I feel like they probably should have known the diet beforehand.
I know. But
hey, are you bashing a new keeper, Dylan? Have you not been hearing the last 20 minutes of what we were saying?
You're son of a bitch.
I'll just leave. I'm sorry. I'll just leave.
Shut your mouth, okay, or I'll mute you, boy.
It's Diet, Dylan. Get it right.
I'm just gonna call him Jet. Okay. So Jet. What diet do you do for your salves? Heard a lot of different ways to do it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess a lot of different ways to do it. Well, yeah, I'm sure there is. But how long do you want your Savannah to live? That's the real question. If it's not primarily insects, you're knocking years off its life. Those guys, they tear up into a lot of insects. You really got to get onto your insect game, okay? Do you use rodents and chicks besides the insects? Sorry for my English. I thought your English was pretty good, man. Don't sweat it. I do not use any chicks, okay? I will use, so I do literally probably about 90% insects, okay? I'll do grasshoppers, dubia roaches, which is like one of their fucking favorites. I mean, I do a wide variety of insects, larger insects. And then I do usually I will do once or twice a week, depending on the weight. So like my adult, she was first kind of heavy at first because I was feeding her a little too much. So I had to scale it back to once a week. But I would take just an egg. I would turn the pan on, cook it. I'd break it in the pan with the eggshell, cook it for a couple minutes, and I put it on the pan. So you still had like the raw yolk of it, or the raw yolk of it. The raw yolk, you've got the eggshell for calcium, and you got the yolk in there, which they really love. Okay. But they love it because it's fatty, but they suffer from fatty liver disease. So you want to moderation. Take that out, put it in a bowl. They love it. They'll fucking eat the hell out of it. I will, depending on the insects, I normally dust all the insects I put in there. But I will sometimes, if maybe they're not hungry that day, with the insects of eating it, I will dust the eggs as well to make sure that they're getting enough calcium. Because sometimes with the eggs in bigger chunks, they won't eat it. They'll just kind of push it away and then they'll get to the good shit. So I've noticed a lot with scrambling it completely without the eggshell and then putting calcium on it, they're going to eat a hell of a lot more of it. So you can kind of go that route. Other than that, Argus monitors. What are you feeding those guys?
All kinds of stuff, but mostly chicken. I stick a lot to chicken necks, hearts, livers, gizzards, all that kind of stuff. Babies, they're more along the lines of the ground turkey, and I like that Missouri crock food, tortoise food, whatever you want to call it. And but especially when they're young, I feed a lot of that the the Rapashi. I like the Rapashi, so
Yep.
you know, I even have a Savannah. Same thing. It's small. We're raising it up. Same thing. I give it the Rapashi, but I don't even give it the monitor diet. I give it the grub diet. It's like all insect diet, you know. So because I know, you know,
I will do like, you know, and to add to that too. I totally forgot that you had a Savannah. But like for me, I will also add. I'll trim a chicken breast into very thin pieces. And I'll give that to them once a week. Like that's the Saturday night special that they get from me.
Right.
And you know, it's good. The fat's cut off of it. I can't stress that enough to kind of take that away because you don't want to risk that.
Yep.
It's a huge problem.
And you said you're sorry. And you said you're using ground turkey for the babies?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you doing for a ratio?
It's basically I do 50-50 actually.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I do 50-50 just enough, and sometimes I'll throw an egg in there just to make sure that they eat all of it because they're not big fan. Most of them aren't big fans of the Missouri crock food, but you know, I do whatever I got to do to get them to eat it. So.
And for people watching, by ratio I mean the protein fat
percentage. Percentage wise, so like maybe you know 80-20, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I was just explaining for people who didn't.
It's basically that's basically what it is. 80-20. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bye, Trevor.
So what's your least favorite thing about Trevor?
All of it. I can't stand the guy, man.
Mine said he keeps closing out for no reason. He's going to come back and bring some stupid reptile like a Nile monitor, when obviously ball pythons are the superior animal.
Ball pythons, man. If you don't have a ball python in your collection,
you're not in the hobby if you don't have a ball python. Let's be honest here. Have you heard of investment reptiles? I cannot keep this stream going by myself. I feel like we've already gone too far.
It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I think we got another hour in us.
I think we should have stopped like 30 minutes ago. We started running out of questions.
Right when I got on the air? Thanks.
More or less.
Thanks, buddy.
Right when I heard the words, ball pythons are the best snake, I think that's when we should have shut her down.
That wasn't a quote from me. I was just thinking,
Dakota, you are a fucking idiot, man. My God. Ball python sucker. Fuck, man. Jesus.
Speaking of, when are you going to send me that ball python?
Yeah, which one?
All of them.
Fuck.
I got room.
I've got about now, so for those of you who don't know, I have 12 ball pythons.
Send me all of your females that aren't normals.
Well, I have 6. So I've got 100% hets. I've got calicos. I've got a plethora of shit. So that is for another day. So
yeah, let's not do it on the stream where we literally are running out of material. That doesn't make any sense.
You're a fucking retard. Anyway. Well, I'm going to wrap this up short here. I got some family stuff to attend to. So much love to all you guys. Thank you for coming in. Be sure to check out Dakota's good merch.
10% off.
Dude.
I'll make $1 off all of you guys now.
Even if there wasn't a discount, the skull design, I love that. That's what I'm adding to my collection. I think it's pretty fucking sick, honestly. So go check that out. Pick one up. Help show some support in there, and get Dakota some bills, some quarters. I mean, not much, but
it's quarters. It's change. Give Dakota some nickels.
Oh shit! I mean, he'd offer a canned food drive, but he doesn't want you to have his address, so don't worry about that shit. But all right, much love to you guys, and tomorrow, I'm so goddamn excited. Joe, are you excited?
Very.
God damn, you better be fucking excited. I'm fucking
I am.
stoked, man. I've got a notebook full of fucking questions.
That's awesome.
I just want to hear everything about Tegu. So
Yep.
it's going to be a kick-ass show. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Come check us out.
Oh, is that at 9?
9.
I'm gonna be watching JDI's live stream. I'm so sorry.
Well, I'm so happy to hear that you'll be the only third viewer on there. Three. You'll be the third.
Hey man, we got 3 people watching. I don't think we should really be.
I see 5, bro.
Yeah, combined. We're streaming on like 3 platforms.
It's all good. This is all for fun, and people can go hang out. But his tokays need to eat. Wow, Dakota, you should do a better job feeding your tokays, bro.
I'm doing that healthy neglect where I save money by not feeding anything. Joe told me to do it.
There you go.
Words of advice, gentlemen. All right, guys. Much love. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, Fridays are going to be our just our shit show. We're just going to kind of throw it all out there. If you like it, cool. If you don't, we'll fuck off. And that's our thing. So much love. We'll talk to y'all later.